welcome back. So today I'm going to lead you through a short hamstring sequence. So again, down on the floor, nice and gentle, nice steady pace, not too fast, but hopefully nice and effective to stretch out the hamstrings. So right down through the backs of the legs, and also that should help to create a nice releasing for the lower back as well. So let's begin by coming down onto our yoga mats. So we're going to lie down for this one. So you're very welcome to extend your legs out into Shavasana if you prefer. So making your way down onto the mat, either extending the legs, maybe giving your feet a nice big gap between them, let your feet naturally roll outwards, sinking into the shoulders, relaxing the arms down by the side of the body, or maybe gently resting the hands onto the belly. And then just creating a lovely long neck at the back of the body, so slightly drawing your chin down and in. And then adjusting, sliding the tips of your shoulder blades down your back, so we have this lovely long, spacious neck. And if you feel like in this position you get a little bit niggly in your lower back, feel free to bend your knees. So feet nice and wide onto the outer edges of your mat, draw your inside edges of your knees together. And just have a little wriggle in the pelvis, make sure you're nice and comfy through the lower back. So giving ourselves a moment to arrive onto our mats, allowing the eyes to close gently. And when you're ready, just taking a nice deep breath in through the nose. Let your body fill, expand, and a big sigh out through the mouth. Couple more times, nice deep breath in. Last one, big breath. Allowing the mouth to close gently, the lips touching gently, and creating a little gap between your teeth. Just allow that really to soften through the back of your jaw. Allow your palate to soften. Let the tongue rest. And then bring softness into your lips, down into your chin. Softening up through the sides of the jaw. Into your cheeks. Softening over the temples. And then smoothing across the forehead. Just releasing any signs of thought or concentration. Allow that space to be soft and smooth and open. And then create a little bit more space between your eyebrows as well. Softening the eyebrows, softening the eyelids, and then softening all the way down through the nose. Bringing our awareness just inside the nose, starting to notice your natural flow of breath. So feeling your inhalation, feeling your body lifting, opening, expanding. And then feeling your body softening back inwards and your breath coming back out through your nose. Just taking a moment to notice where the breath is in your body, the speed of the breath, the depth of the breath. And then giving your breath permission to settle, to slow down. And just letting your out breath settle your body into the earth, so dropping into the back of the head, dropping into the backs of the shoulders and into the arms wherever they're resting. Ease into your lower back, the pelvis, and then drop down into your feet wherever they're landing, wherever they're resting. So completely giving our weight to the ground to begin with. Just feeling the breath slowing down, settling, the body settling. The mind settling into our bodies, leaving our thoughts behind. So just taking another couple of breaths. And then when you feel ready, let's take our awareness down to our fingertips, down to our toes, and just start to give them a little wriggle. So if you're in the bent leg position with your knees together, let's extend the legs down the yoga mat. And then just take any movements that feel nice. So maybe some little circles in the wrists, in the ankles, maybe taking the arms over the top of the head, nice big stretch. Wriggling the pelvis, whatever feels good, maybe reach out to the sides, turning the head side to side. Oh, you might find you do a nice big yawn. And then when you feel ready, just bringing the arms back in, sliding your feet up, settling into the pelvis. So a nice feeling of drawing down into the lower back. And then we're going to pop the knees up to the chest. We'll just give both knees a little hug. So you might notice your knees come straight up and in. They might prefer the diagonal. Mine prefer the diagonal. And then just drop back into the shoulders, create that lovely space across the chest. Loosen off the jaw again. And start to gently circle the legs. So round in one direction. You might be going a little faster or slower than me. Might be bigger, might be smaller. Checking in that we're not holding the breath. Maybe see if you can connect your breath with the movement. So maybe breathing in, the knees come into your chest. Exhale, they go away from you. Let's reverse. So just starting to really massage into the lower back and across the tops of the buttocks. So a place where lots of us carry tension, especially if you do lots of sitting or standing or driving. Okay, lovely. So when you're ready, we're going to come back into the centre. We're going to place the feet to the ground. We're going to wriggle the feet wide onto the outside edge of your yoga mat, and then have your knees nice and wide as well. We're going to place our hands either down by the side of your body, just slightly out from the mat, palms facing down. Or if you prefer, we can take the arms out to the side, palms facing up. Or if you're quite open in the shoulders, maybe the arms over the top of the head. So drawing down through the lower back, slightly activating through the belly, so drawing the belly down just a little bit. Inhale, and then as we exhale, we're going to drop the knees over to the right side, so rolling onto the outside of the right foot, onto the inside of your left foot. Take a little pause there. Soften the right buttock, feel that lovely stretching through the left side into the front of your hip, into the thigh, into the waist. That little stretching through the belly. Take an inhale to lift the legs up through the middle, drawing down through the lower back, easing across the sacrum. Exhale, legs coming over to the left. So this time softening that left buttock, just locating that lovely stretching that we feel across the right side of the body. Breathe into your torso, drop into your shoulders as you exhale. And then we're going to move this side to side, so breathing in, lifting the legs, keep the knees nice and wide. Exhale, dropping the knees over to the right. Breathing in, lifting. Breathing out, dropping the legs to the left. And then just continue at your own speed, finding your own way of moving here, so it might look slightly different to mine. mobilize through the back as we twist, easing into the hips, starting to create a little bit of opening and space through the pelvis. Great, so let's take one more on each side. Maybe slightly drawing the hips forwards towards the knees on your last couple. And then we'll come back into the centre when you're ready. We're going to wriggle the feet a little bit closer. Ease into your lower back, so just have a little wriggle through the pelvis if you need to. And then from here we're going to draw the right knee up and into the chest. So give your shin a little hug. And if it's not comfortable to reach your shin, you might prefer to hold on to the back of the thigh, especially if you've got any knee issues, so it might just be more comfortable then. So hugging the knee in a little bit, and then just checking in that we're not lifting the bottom, so we're really settling through the tailbone. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, relax your toes. Find your breath. Tune into an inhalation, tune into an exhalation. See where you can soften. Okay, when you're ready, we're going to take this right leg up to the ceiling into a nice hamstring stretch. So we'll keep the knee a little bit bent. The hands will be to the back of the thigh. If you're a bit more flexible here, you might be reaching up to your calf. And if this is a bit tricky, you can always grab something to pop around the back of your legs, maybe a tea towel, maybe a scarf. Just want to avoid the back of the knees, we're not pulling on the tendons. So nice thing of dropping down to your tailbone again. Let's turn the ankles, spreading the toes a little bit. Taking your time. And we reverse that back round in the other direction. So turning the ankle, spreading the toes. Coming back into the centre, flexing the toes down towards your shin. So really opening up through the calf and into the Achilles, the sole of the foot. Breathing in there. As we breathe out, stretching, pointing the foot up to the ceiling and finding that little stretch through the front of the foot. Inhale, we're flexing. Exhale, gently point. Try not to over point, you might cramp through the toes. One more time, breathing in, flexing the foot, and breathing out to gently point. Okay, so we're going to loosen off the ankle. We're now going to lower the right leg towards the floor, keeping the leg pretty much straight as we take the arms up and over the top of the head. So we're going to breathe in, open the body, big stretch, fingertips to the foot. Exhale, we're going to draw the knee up towards the chest and roll the shoulders off, nose towards your knee, give the shin a little hug, or again hold on to the back of the thigh. And then we're going to do that again, so we lift the leg up to the ceiling, slowly lower, find that nice big extension, breathing in, big stretch. Exhale, draw the knee up and in, roll the shoulders off, chin in, slide the shoulders down the back. Inhale. And exhale. Don't worry if you're nowhere near your knee, doesn't matter at all. Some of your noses will touch the knee, others won't, don't worry about it. Wherever you are today is perfect. Breathing out, rolling up. So we're using a little bit of core strength to lift us. Last time, breathing in. Find that lovely big stretch. Exhale, rolling up. And when you feel ready, you're going to roll the shoulders back down, lower the head as well, relax into the shoulders, and then take your right leg back up to the ceiling. So this time from here, you're going to use your left hand to the outside of your leg, keep your knees soft, right arm coming out to the side. Let's place the palm down so we're nice and anchored to the floor. Breathe in, and then breathe out, keeping the foot a little bit flexed. We're just going to draw that leg across your body a little bit. So not completely twisting, just finding a nice little lift of the bottom. And then we're gently stretching across the buttock and into the IT band down through the side of the leg. Anchored down through both shoulder blades. Inhale, we're going to lift the leg up. We're going to let the leg open by catching it underneath using your right hand, and also let your left knee drop open to the side, rolling onto the outside of your left foot. So we've got both buttocks square and grounded, centered. And that little stretching going on through the inner thigh. Take a moment to breathe. And when you're ready, coming back up into the center, lifting both legs, holding onto the back of the right leg again, inhale. And exhale, maybe just draw the leg a touch closer in towards you. Maybe coming up onto the calf, breath in. Breathing out, maybe drawing the leg in touch closer. Might not go so far, don't worry, doesn't matter at all. Never forcing the body. Inhale, releasing the leg a touch. And exhale, drawing it in just a little bit more. Perfect, so we're going to bend that knee into the chest. We're going to pop that leg down. So let's draw the left knee up and into the chest now. So giving the left shin a hug, holding onto the shin or the back of the thigh if that's more comfortable. And then taking your time to settle into your tailbone. Drop into the shoulders again. Loosen off the jaw. Just take a moment here to breathe. Taking the leg up to the ceiling into our hamstring stretch. So knee a little bit soft, hands to the back of your thigh, or maybe the back of your calf. Just see what feels good. Checking in, we haven't lifted the bottoms, we've got the tailbone anchored down. And then we're turning through the ankle again. So spreading the toes a little bit, give your foot a little bit of space. Our poor feet are always cooped up in shoes. So let's give them a little bit of space. Roll the foot around in the other direction. Move your toes as much as you can as well. Okay, and then we're going to flex the ankles. So we'll draw the toes down, push the heel up to the ceiling, stretching through the back of the leg into the sole of the foot. And then gently pointing the toes up to the ceiling. So don't worry, don't go for a full ballerina point, just lengthening the front of the foot so we start to stretch through the anterior tibialis that runs through the front of the shin. So breathing in, flexing. And breathing out, pointing gently. One more time. Inhale, flexing. And exhale, point. Okay, we're going to loosen off the ankle a little bit there. When you're ready, lowering the left leg towards the ground, keeping the knee almost straight as the arms come up and over the top of the head. So our moving sequence, breathing in, lowering the leg, take that nice big stretch. As we exhale, roll ourselves up, nose towards the knee, holding onto the shin or the back of the leg. Inhale, lift the leg up. Big stretch. Exhale, rolling ourselves up. So remember, shoulder blades down the back, chin tucking in a little bit, nose towards the knee. Lift the leg, inhale, open. Exhale, we roll up. Twice more, breathing in. Breathing out. So nice to create a little bit of space through the lower back as we do that roll up as well. So stretching across the lower back. Breathing out, lifting, just take that little pause. And when you're ready, lowering the shoulders, lowering the head, lifting the leg back up to the ceiling, keep the knee soft. Right hand to the outside of your leg. Left arm coming down by the side of your body, palm facing the floor. Inhale and then exhale. Just draw your leg across your body a little bit. Let your left buttock lift off just a touch. So we're not really twisting, just finding that nice stretching through the outside of your thigh. When you're ready, inhale, lifting the leg. We're going to let the leg open, catch it from underneath using your left hand. And then let your right knee drop open as well. So we roll onto the outside of the right foot. Find that lovely opening in the pelvis. Both buttocks square, so we're not twisting. So we're nice and square. Take a moment to breathe. So our adductor muscles, our inner thigh muscles can get really, really tight. So just ease into this, no forcing the body. Lovely job. When you're ready, lifting up, breathing in. And then breathing out, popping the leg back down. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to roll ourselves up to a seated position now. So you can either roll onto one side and then roll yourself up, use your hands, or cross your ankles in the middle, hold onto the backs of the thighs. Do a couple of rocks. And then come all the way up. Okay, so let's come into a seated forward fold. So taking your legs forwards, lifting the buttocks up and out of the way so they're nice and high on the bone, you can't have your bottom, right up onto the sit bones. So some of us do get quite kind of stuck as we come forward, so do feel free to bend your knees up a little bit here. So we're going to inhale, lifting up really tall. Exhale, we're coming forward. So think of belly towards the thighs, hinging from the hips, chest towards the knees. I always like to float the arms down, finding the hands maybe onto the shins, onto the floor, or maybe popping over the tops of your feet without coming here. So slide your shoulders down, take a breath in, and then maybe ease your body forwards a little bit more. Taking a moment to close your eyes. Just let your face be lovely and soft and loose. Maybe turning the head gently side to side. And if you're feeling okay here and this feels quite comfortable, you can then pick up one buttock, drop it back, up and back a little bit, and then the other side. Lift the chest as we breathe in and then come down a little bit more. So you still might have a little bend in the knees. Just remembering we'll all be in different places here. Check the shoulders, sliding down your back, chin tucked in a little bit, but without forcing the head down. So we're more here. So let's take 3 more breaths, slightly elongating the out breath. Maybe breathing in, lifting the body a little bit. And then exhale, let go, keep breathing out a little bit further. Inhale, let the body rise. It's like a little wave coming up and over the legs. Exhale. Big or small as you like, yours might be bigger than mine, might be smaller. Breathing out, lowering the body back down. Wonderful. So when you're ready, we're going to walk up the legs. So take your hands one step at a time up the legs, stacking the spine, lifting up through the heart, just taking a moment to sit, sliding the shoulder blades down the back for that lovely open heart. Wonderful. So when you're ready, we're going to keep the right leg extended forwards, and we're going to pop the left foot up and into the inside of your thigh. So you might want to pop something underneath your left knee if it's up in the air and it feels a little bit uncomfortable. Pop a cushion underneath there or a block if you have one. Again, bending the knee if you want to, but we can keep the leg more straight. Breathing in, we're lifting up. And then breathing out, we're coming forwards. Relaxing the hands, they might just be on the ground. You might be finding the foot. Sometimes it's nice to get there and then just have a little wriggle. Taking 2 more breaths. Taking your time to roll on up, nice and slowly, walking up again. So your right leg that's extended, we're going to bend the knee up for a second, so that we can then slide the left foot underneath just a little bit, so the foot comes under. Now we're going to take hold of behind the back of the right thigh, lifting the knee as we really lift the chest. So try not to sit back and collapse, try and sit right up on your sit bones. We're actually going to use a lot of back muscles here to lift us up. Also your hip flexors, so deep within the hips. So we're going to lift on up, lift, so lift through the heart, slide the shoulders down the back of the body. Just checking in here that we're not holding onto the back of the knee already, or we're just going to be putting pressure on our tendons that run down through the back of the leg. So hold on to the chunky bit of leg. So we're going to breathe in, we're going to lift the chest, and then maybe as we breathe out, we're extending the leg. So it doesn't have to straighten, maybe just a little flex through the foot, not completely, just a little flex, the foot's active. Keep lifting up really till through your body. Maybe staying there or just lowering the leg back down. If you want to come again, make it a little more challenging. Maybe grab your scarf or your tea towel if you can't quite reach around the back of your foot. Breathe in, and then see if we can breathe out and lift again. So not forcing the legs straight, keeping that lovely pulled up posture. Slide the shoulders down. Okay, choosing to rest if you prefer, or taking your left hand to the outside of your right foot. Sometimes it's a little bit tricky to reach if you've got super long legs. And then we're going to draw that leg gently across your body, keeping the sit bone down. Inhale, really lift up, and then turn away from your leg. So a little twist, so your fingertips might be on the floor. If you're quite well practiced at this, or maybe lift the arm up, turn the palm open. If this is too much, do feel free to pop your foot down and just hold on to the leg. Okay, when you're ready, we're going to come back into the middle without collapsing in the body. Right hand on the inside of the foot, so you'll need to bend your knee right in. Hold on to the inside of your foot, again without collapsing. Lift up, 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 up. Open the leg, keep both sit bones grounded. And we can stay lovely and square here. Keep that knee soft. Lift up through the heart. Or maybe just create a little turning away from the leg again. One more breath. If this is too much, do pop your foot on the floor and just hold on to your knee and turn. And when you're ready, slowly coming back into the middle, we're going to bend the knee. You're going to hold on to your right foot with your left hand and then hold your knee with your right hand. Right foot flexed, right ankle flexed. Sit nice and tall and just give your foot a little wriggle. So just kind of releasing around the hips, get a nice little massage across the buttock as well. And we're still working all those postural muscles to lift us up. Okay, slow down the rock. We're going to place this leg round behind us. So we've then got the left foot towards the right thigh, popping the left hand down, and then we're reaching up and back, squeezing the bottom a little bit, drawing the hips forwards, looking down to your bottom hand, big stretch, fingertips into that right hip, and when you're ready, lowering the bottom, sweeping the hand around past the face, and just ending in a little twist. Good, so let's come back into the middle. Let's swing the legs around the front. We're going to do that all on the other side. So from here, we're going to keep the left leg extended, and then this time we're tucking the right foot up and in. So cushion underneath that knee if you need to. Just check in with what's going on with this foot. Sometimes the foot turns open or will roll in. So see if you can have a little activation through the ankles, the toes are facing up to the sky as much as you can. Inhale, lifting. Little bend in the knee if you like. Exhale, we're coming forwards. So get the arms, let the hands find the earth. Settle into the shoulders, let the chin come in a little bit without forcing the neck and the head down. So we want to be here. Use your out breath, ease your body forwards. So we're not only finding a hamstring stretch here, I'm getting more of a release in the lower back. So right across those muscles through the lower back, especially the erector spinae, which run either side of your spine. One more breath. Making your way up, rolling up, taking a little moment to sit. So the left leg, we're now going to bend the knee, pop the foot onto the floor just so we can slide the right leg underneath. So it gives us more of a stable base. Hands to the back of the left thigh. So this is where we're really working posture, lift up right through the centre of the chest and draw the shoulder blades down and in. Holding onto the muscle, onto your hamstring rather than the back of your knee. Inhale, lifting through the chest, and then exhale, maybe taking that little extension. So actually, even though I've got hold of the leg with my hands, I'm really using my thigh muscle as well, my quad. Okay, maybe pausing there a little bit longer or lowering, breathing in. And coming with me if you like, holding onto the ball of the foot. Don't forget you can use a belt or a little strap around your foot if you've got one. Breathing out, lifting, lifting, lifting. Slide the shoulders down, lift through the chest. Doesn't have to be a straight leg, so if you can peer over the tops of your toes. So some of you will have a lower leg than me, some of you will have a higher leg. And then when you're ready, we're going to come into a twist. So we use the right hand, so opposite hand to leg, onto the outside of your foot. You might need to bend your knee a little bit. Start to bring it across your body, sit yourself even taller, and then revolve, twist backwards. Fingertips to the floor for a little bit of back support, or reaching back on the diagonal, hands spread wide, fingertips nice and active. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Okay, we're coming back through the centre, so we're bending the knee in. We're bringing the hand onto the inside of the foot. Let's sit ourselves up and forwards, really lifting up through the chest. You might start to get a little wobble through your leg. Both sit bones grounded. Maybe taking that little twist away. So this is really working right through the middle of the back. So just carefully twist if that feels okay. Be really super careful then. Okay, we're coming back. Let's give this leg a little hug. So hold on to the foot, flex the ankle, hold on to the knee gently. Sit yourself up nice and tall. And then just give that leg a nice little wriggle out. Bring that to a stop in the centre. Left leg going round behind you this time. So it goes round the back. Right hand to the ground. Sweep that hand across your body. Draw the hips up and forwards. And then reach all the way to your fingertips. So we're creating that lovely big stretch. Squeeze the bottom, looking down. You can look up, but just make sure you keep your chin tucked in a little bit. So nice and strong in the neck. You'll feel the stretch more in your belly if you look up. Okay, going back the way we came in, so bottom lowering, sweeping the hand across the face, and just taking a very little twist away. Lovely job. Well done. Inhale, lift up nice and tall. Let's come back into the middle. We're going to swing the legs back round, give them a little wobble out, maybe a little massage across the thighs, down the legs. Great, so you're going to roll back down, scoot yourself up on the mat, rolling down through the back. And then we're going to pop the knees back up to the chest. Hold on to the front of your knees this time. Drop into the shoulders. Maybe turn the head a little bit, loosen off the jaw. Settle into your tailbone. And now we're going to bring the knees up to the chest. Take a breath in. Out to the side, both knees open, and exhale. Maybe through the mouth, maybe through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. All through the nose. Taking your time, moving in a way that feels good. I'll do one more of those. Coming back into the centre, left foot to the floor. Let's keep the knee bent. So we're going to now take the right leg back up to the ceiling, back into our hamstring stretch. So it should feel different now. It should feel a little easier. Okay, settle into that tailbone. Alright, so you can choose just to stay here, maybe work on coming up your leg a little bit, maybe onto your calf without lifting your bottom. So keep that bottom nice and grounded. Or if you want to, come with me. We're going to roll the shoulders off, draw the chin in a little bit, and then hands up to the calf. So the legs coming a little bit closer, draw the chin in, and then maybe extend your left leg. So we're active through the ankles. Push your heels away a little bit, draw the belly down and in, slide the shoulder blades down. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And then we're going to carefully place the left foot to the floor, lower that leg, roll yourself down. Left hand, like we did at the beginning, cross onto the outside of your leg and then ease your leg across. And then maybe this time keep going. So we come into a lovely twist. Anchor this right shoulder blade down. Keep the knee soft on that top leg. And then when you're ready, inhale, lifting. This can be the tricky one, so we're going to open. Change hands, so we're going to catch the leg from underneath and then place your left hand to your left hip bone at the front to try to stop you twisting. So some of you might roll towards that right leg. So you can keep that left buttock right down and then don't take the leg so far if you're starting to twist. Hold, hold, hold. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Right leg lifting. Bend the knee into the chest, pop it back down, and then we're going to draw the left knee in, give it a little hug, take that left leg up to the ceiling. Keep your knee soft. Option, stay here. Maybe reach your calf. And then if you want to, come with me, we're rolling the shoulders off. Nose up towards the knee, maybe slide the hands to the back of the calf. Draw the shoulder blades down, draw the chin in, and then take that right leg away. So it's hovering just a few inches off the floor, so nice and active through the leg. Draw the chin in, draw the belly in if you can. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And when you're ready, lowering the right leg carefully down to the floor, rolling the shoulders and the head down, taking your right hand to the outside of your left leg, right and left arm anchoring to the ground, and then we're easing that leg across your body. So you might stay here, maybe less, and then you might ease your leg a little further over into a twist. Both shoulder blades staying on the ground. Inhale, we're lifting the leg. Exhale, we're going to let the leg open, we're going to catch it from underneath. If you're super flexible, you might bring your hand on the inside, but sometimes it makes you twist a little bit more. So right hand onto that right hip, try and keep that hip grounded, let that leg open. It took me ages to be able to try and stay square. I used to always twist. So really keep that buttock nice and grounded, open the leg. And then when you're ready, lifting that leg back up. Well done, bend the knee in. Let's place both feet firmly onto the floor. We're going to come back to our wide leg twist that we did at the beginning, just to ease out around the hips a little bit. Take it at your own speed. Maybe turning the head a little bit. Maybe drawing the hips in the direction of your knees as well. One more on each side. Lovely, let's come back into the middle, and then just to finish, draw the knees up, open towards the diagonals, maybe a happy baby pose, while feet as if they're going up to the ceiling. This is another one that took me ages to be able to get my tailbone down. So we're going to hold on to the backs of the thighs if you're less flexible there. So don't worry if you're here today, it's perfect, you can just have a little wriggle in the hips. Some of you might want to hold on to the outside of your feet, and then take your legs up. Now, some of you might want to hold on to the inside of your feet. And then the aim here is to try and really ground through the tailbone, relax the shoulders, relax the jaw. And maybe take a little wriggle, little rock, side to side. Coming back into the centre. Well done. So we're going to bend the knees, draw the heels towards the bottom, draw the knees together, lower the legs. Do anything else that you need to do, so you might feel like you need a nice big stretch out. Ooh. And then just to finish, we'll take a little moment to lay here. So if you're comfortable with your legs up, go for it. Wriggle into your pelvis, maybe find your hands onto your belly, maybe out to the side of your body. So we should feel quite different now. I feel quite worked actually, so we're around the hips a little bit, maybe into the back, and then quite nice and spacious through the legs, through the hamstrings. So just allowing your eyes to close once again. Checking in that we have a spacious neck at the back, adjusting your shoulder blades down and easing your chin down and in. Tuning back inwards, finding your natural flow of breath, feeling the rise of the body, and feeling the softening of your body as you exhale. as you next breathe out, just release, let go of any expressions that might be on your face. So feel your face becoming lighter, softer, more open, maybe a tiny hint of a smile at the sides of the eyes and at the sides of the mouth. And then breathing out, dropping into every part of your body that's in contact with the ground. Allow your muscles to soften, allow your joints to soften. Soften through the bones and skin of the body. And invite your body to ground and to be perfectly balanced through the right side and the left side of your body. Feeling your body settling, your breath settling, your mind settling. Taking a moment to be still, to be quiet, and just to be with your breath. Gradually start to bring our awareness back into our physical bodies, laying on your back, laying in your space. And then just gradually start to wiggle the fingers and the toes again. If it feels right to do so, you can start to flicker the eyes open. If not, keep your eyes closed a little bit longer. See where your body needs to go to from here. You might want to bring your knees up to your chest. Give your knees a little hug. Stretch out the lower back. Take a little twist, or maybe a nice big stretch out. Turning the head gently, whatever feels good. And then when you feel ready, let's just roll on to the right side for a moment. Take a little moment there. Using the arms to lift you to come up. So nice and slowly, lift the head slowly. Take your time, let's come into a seated position. So root down through your sit bones. Let's feel a nice lift up through the crown of the head. So as we lift through the crown of the head, the heart will lift, the chest will open, and the shoulder blades will glide down the back. So all helping to really open out your body. It's undoing all the slouching that we tend to do. So just take a little moment to sit, slide the shoulder blades down, let your face become lovely and soft again, open, spacious. into Anjali Mudra, into prayer, nestling your thumbs into your heart centre. The good within me, the light within me, sees the good and the light within you. Namaste. Thank you for joining me.